The Denver Nuggets get an amazing win versus a hampered Brooklyn Nets team. Nikola Jokic and Russell Westbrook, I told y'all that once these dudes get on the court together, there is some special chemistry that was going to be seen, y'all. And they have been an absolute unit this season. Nikola Jokic, Russell Westbrook, both of them get triple doubles. Miss Trip Dub visits the city of Denver. The Nuggets move on to 22-15. Y'all know what time it is. Swipa gang. Let's see it. What a win. What a game by the Denver Nuggets. The Denver Nuggets, they take care of business straight up. Simple as that. They do exactly what they set out to do. They get a win versus the Brooklyn Nets, y'all. And I am so encouraged by what the Denver Nuggets are getting from Russell Westbrook, from Jokic, from Porter, from the best players on the roster. Jamal Murray, unfortunately, went out in this game with some knee soreness. This is a good game to just go ahead, go to the side. Don't worry about pushing it too much. This was a good game for everybody else to be able to get set, get involved. This was a dominant game, man. I'm telling you, man, like, as the season goes on and chemistry continues to build up for both of those dudes, for Russ, for Jokic, and as the team continues to figure out how to play around them, I really, truly think that there's something special on the ledger for this team, man. The Denver Nuggets, they took care of business tonight, y'all. And I'm not going to hold y'all. Best player in the world, no question. I think he should be leading for the MVP race again. Nikola Jokic, our MVP tracker, has more than a 58% odds, I think, to win the MVP this year. And then on NBA.com, I think he moved off of first today for Shea for the first time. But look at these numbers. Jokic leaves for 2 games to go get healthy, comes back, has to play 38 minutes. The Denver Nuggets get 35 points, 15 assists. 35 points and 15 assists from Nikola Jokic tonight. And honestly, a game that was just so, I can't even really put it into words because Joker was really freaking good tonight. But the thing is, it's like he shouldn't have had to be as good as he was, but it was just the way the game script was flowing today. Like, the Nuggets just couldn't get the stops that they needed to, and they couldn't score like they needed to tonight. And Jokic, make sure I add this in here. Jokic tonight has a 74% true shooting tonight, y'all. A 71.4% true shooting, which obviously, again, is just incredible. And for Joker to carry the burden that he does on a night out, night in basis, but the fact that he continues to show up and do his job to this degree, man, it just speaks to how special he is. But it's just crazy, man. Like 35 points, 15 assists, 12 rebounds, 4 steals, 13 of 20 from 2 today, 65% from 2. And then on top of that, he's 1-1 from the 3-point line, 6 of 8 from the free throw line. He's a plus 33 in 38 minutes and a 71.4% true shooting, man. Like, it's crazy. And what I love tonight, again, is that Jokic just responded. He just responded to the moment. You know, the Nuggets were not doing well without him today. And in this game, Jokic ends up being a plus 33. They won by 19 points. Like, they lost to business by 14 points today when he wasn't playing. Now, again, this is off the heels of a Clippers game that they dominated. This is off the heels of a Celtics game. They played really well in that game. They did. Without Joker, relative to what you would expect, they played really well. And so you kind of thought coming into the night that the team was able to just be like, all right, you know, Jokic is back, but we've really been able to develop a rhythm. And that's just not the case at all tonight. At all. And I don't really know, like, what happens sometimes for this team, but their offense will legitimately stall out. The offense will stall out, and they just will not be able to generate real looks at the basket. And even today, Porter got stabilized a little bit. Again, I don't really know how much of that was actually on him. I think he played a pretty good game today, but the offense just, it simmers and then it dies. And it really leads to some really bad basketball all the way around for the Denver Nuggets. But Jokic, Just another incredible game. You know, I continue to marvel at how good he is and the fact that he basically is just walking into his sleep and giving you these kind of numbers on the season. Now Joker's at 31.6 points per game, 13 rebounds, 9.9 assists, 1.8 steals, had 4 steals tonight, 0.6 blocks per game, 37 minutes, 56% from the field, 47.7 from the three, 80% from the free throw line with a 64.4 true shooting. Like, it's just unheard of greatness that we're getting from Nikola Jokic right now. So shout out to him. Really, truly an incredible game by Joker. And he continues to put his stamp on this generation that he's the best player in the world and that he's the best player of his era. So obviously you love to see that. Russell Westbrook, man, like there's been so many narratives about Russ that have been debunked this season. You know, whether it be the vampire stuff, whether it be the fact that Russ is not somebody that's easy to get along with, you know, whether even Russ in the media and all this other stuff. There were so many, and I say this as a media member, as a credential media member. Everything I've heard about Russ has been incredible. The way he handles himself off the court, the way he handles himself with everybody else, with his teammates, the infectious presence that he has. I think he's been a great leader for this team. You know, Jokic is not a talker. That's not what he does. He's never been that way. Now, he'll say some things in the huddle at times, but he doesn't yap a lot. That's not what he does. But Russ is able to step into that role very similar to Jeff Green and DeAndre Jordan and KCP. And they needed to have an adult in the room. And for you to get Russell at 36 years old and for him to do this, it's incredible. Russ was 25 points tonight, 11 rebounds, 11 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 6 of 12 from 2 for 50%, 2 of 5 from 3 for 40%, 7 of 9 for 77.8% from the free throw line, 59.6 true shooting, and he was a plus 21 in 36 minutes, and he hits his 202nd career triple-double tonight. 202nd career triple-double. He's gotten triple-double number 200, 201, and 202 in Denver, and we're not even halfway through the season yet. Okay. He also had his third triple-double of the year, and this is his seventh career triple-double versus the Brooklyn Nets. Him and Jokic are tied with 7 career triple-doubles versus the Brooklyn Nets, and that's the most versus any opponent has ever done versus the Nets. And of course, it happens on the same night. Russ's energy, his aggressiveness, his assertiveness, honestly, was just next level today. And let me go through this game script a little bit, so just kind of give you some details for those that didn't watch the full game or couldn't watch the full game. Tonight, the first quarter, the Denver Nuggets, when Jokic went out, it was, what was it? It was 29-32. Jokic goes out. He had 14 points on 6 of 8 from the field. DJ comes in the game, and the Nets go on a 7-0 run to close the first quarter because they just, again, they couldn't generate any offensive looks. Just really bad basketball all the way around. But Russell Westbrook was playing really great. Had a great and one in the first quarter, had a great block in the first quarter. His defense was everywhere. He was getting hands on the ball consistently. Russ was doing a lot. But again, you know, when Jokic went out, even Russ, he couldn't. There's just it's just the Nuggets, for whatever reason, just took their foot off the gas today, and nobody could do anything. After the first stint that Jokic goes out, Jokic comes back in and they're down 2. The Nuggets go on a 14-2 run. At one point, Russell has a great offensive rebound in the second quarter that ends up going back in for points. Russ just had another great 2. Jokic made free throws. Murray made a pull-up 3. Really great possessions. In the third quarter, Russ has a really bad turnover. Jokic opens the third quarter with a 3. Russ has a pretty bad turnover. He tries to drive to the basket and gets lost, and then ends up jumping in the air, throwing the ball to the defense. And then I think they ended up scoring off of that. CB then hits a 3. Jokic gets to the line. Michael Porter Jr. hits a 3, has a steal. MPJ gets a crazy Euro. Russ gets a 3-pointer in the third quarter, and all the way around, just dominant. And the reason I wanted to note this, Russell Westbrook today made a left-handed 3-quarters full court. So let me say it again. Russell Westbrook made a left-handed 3/4 court bounce pass at full speed that led to a wide open layup. And it was one of the best passes of the NBA season for Russ so far because of the level of difficulty. The fact that it's the timing, the strength, the precision, and the velocity that he's running full speed. And he has to be able to hit a spot that only the offensive player could get to it in a good enough spot for him to continue to score on that possession. Julian Strawther ended up scoring off it, man. And I was just like, dude, like, Russ has just done so much for this team this year, and he just continues to make really, really good plays. Really good game for Russell Westbrook. Like I said, 202nd career triple-double, third triple-double of the year. Just an incredible performance from him all the way around. And again, like I said, I think Porter, he played pretty well today. Michael Porter Jr. today ends up with 17 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, all the way around. He was only 2 of 9 from 3, but he was 7 of 16 from the field, 44%. Porter missed shots. It happens. I don't really care. It's all right. He was a plus 19 today. Christian Braun had 11 points and 7 rebounds today and 1 steal. Christian Braun was 1 of 1 from 3, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, was 4 of 7 from the field for 57%. His defense was pretty good today as well. He was engaged. He was active as a defender. Jamal Murray, like I said, went out, knee soreness. Hopefully he's okay. Julian Strawther, another double-digit game off the bench. I think this is 3 straight. 12 points for Julian Strawther, 1 rebound. He was 2 of 5 from 3, 4 of 9 from the free throw line. But, he had a horrible play today. So, the Nuggets were up 22 or 23 points at one. No. So, Jokic went out at the end of the third quarter, and the Nuggets were up 18 points. The Nuggets closed the quarter up 15 points. Jokic has to come back in the game. The Nuggets are a -9 in about 4.5 minutes of basketball, a -9. Jokic comes back in. He gets a free throw. Michael Porter Jr. gets a great back cut dunk. But then Jokic has Keon Johnson on his back, and it's kind of a little bit of a transition play. He has Keon Johnson on his back. Julian Strawther gets the ball on the right wing, and instead of getting Jokic the ball with a clear mismatch in the post, he navigates to the middle of the floor. And I even thought at this point, okay, he's going to throw it over the top. Like Michael Porter Jr. and Russell Westbrook had 2 really good entry passes to Joker later. They just scored on back-to-back possessions in the fourth quarter. And Julian Strawther gets in here, gets into the middle of the paint, and I'm thinking he's going to throw it over the top to Joker, who has a clear mismatch versus a guard. Instead, shoots a floater. The floater bricks, and then the Nets score a 3-pointer off the transition, and it was so bad. So he missed Keon Johnson. He shot a brick floater. The Nets hit a 3. Michael Malone calls a timeout and grabs Strawther immediately, and the rest of the coaches also look at him, basically pointing towards the other end of the court. Why would you not just give the ball to Joker with a mismatch? And again, he wasn't trying to be selfish. He was playing well. And so I think he just got like a little carried away. And instead of just taking advantage of the mismatch, he made a young play to make a more difficult shot instead of taking the even easier shot, which Joker absolutely would have made. And the lead got down to 5 at one point. So that was a 24-7 Nets run. And this is from the third quarter, towards the end of the third quarter to the fourth quarter. And it was all bench points by the Nets, right? But then what happens is CB gets a 2 off a Jokic full court pass. Russ gets a block. And here's the next 4 scoring possessions for the Denver Nuggets. Russ drives, fouled, 2 free throws makes. Russ drives, fouled, 2 free throws make. Russ gets a steal. CB drives, fouled, 2 free throws made. Watson drives, fouled, 2 free throws made. They made 8 straight free throws, and basically that put them completely ahead, I think by double digits, to like 12-point lead at this point in time. And again, it's the aggressiveness for the Nuggets that really makes the difference for them today overall. And the Nuggets, they were 25 of 33 from the free throw line today. They were massively overwhelming the Brooklyn Nets today. They shot 76% from the line. Again, this is the team that's top 2 in free throws on the year. The Nuggets, they only shot 24 for three-pointers today. They made 9 of them, 37.5%. That's not enough. The Nets shot 45 free throws. So again, math game. And they're thankful, obviously, they were still able to get the job done, and particularly when Joker was in the game. And then the rest of the team. So then you get 12 from Julian Strawther. Peyton Watson, a really good game. He was a +8, 10 points, 5 blocks for Peyton. 5 blocks. My bad. 2 blocks for Peyton. 2 steals for Peyton. He had 5 turnovers today. 5 assists for Peyton, 7 rebounds. So 10 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 blocks, and 2 steals. 4 of 5 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the field for Peyton Watson. DeAndre Jordan, -14. 2 points. 1 of 3 from the field. Yeah. So ugly. Not a great game. Jalen Pickett gets 5 points today. Had actually an ISO possession where he had the ball for the entire duration of the shot clock. Ends up scoring. Does booty ball a little bit, gets to the post, and able to score pretty easily. He was 2 of 4 from the field. And then Hunter Tyson played for 42 seconds today. And they ended up dominating this game tonight. Let me see if I can share the screen with you so you all can see just how dominant the Nuggets were from across the field today. So at one point in time, the Nuggets had a 22-point lead in this game. The Brooklyn Nets started the game off with an 8-point lead. The longest run was a 12-point run. There were 3 lead changes today. The Nuggets, 59 rebounds to 47 rebounds, 34 assists to 26 assists, 34 assists, 14 turnovers. Still too many turnovers, but pretty good overall. 12 steals for the Nuggets, 5 blocks. They also shot 52% from the field, 38% from 3, and 76% from the free throw line. The Nuggets scored 68 points in the paint, y'all. They already scored 70, I think, 7 times this year. 68 paint points for the Nuggets, 20 second chance points, 23 fast break points. They gave up 27 to the Nets. Again, you give up 3-pointers and you give up fast break points. That's how you keep people in the game all the way around. But yeah, we'll see. I'm really curious to see how the next couple of games go. The Denver Nuggets, they have a really important stretch coming up here, and see if I can pull up the schedule for you all. But the Nuggets, they have the Dallas Mavericks coming up. They got the Dallas Mavericks coming up in back-to-back games on Sunday and on Tuesday. And it looks like they're going to be without Lucas still. It looks like they might be without Kyrie Irving as well. So this is going to be really important for the Nuggets, because the Nuggets, they want to continue to establish themselves in the Western Conference. They need to get these victories, and you need to stack those wins, especially versus the team you're competing with directly in the conference. And obviously, no Luka, no Kyrie. You want to take advantage of those kind of games as well. The Nuggets are currently a game and a half out of the 3 seed, y'all. They're a game and a half out of the 3 seed. If they can beat the Dallas Mavericks, they have a half-game lead on the Mavs right now. If they can beat the Dallas Mavericks, they can put a 2 to 2.5 game lead between them and the Mavericks, and potentially them and the Lakers. They're a game and a half above the Lakers currently. So they can put themselves in the top 4 with sizable room. And if they can catch up to this Memphis Grizzlies team, they're 1 loss behind the Grizzlies, and they're 3 losses behind the Houston Rockets. So that one might be a little more difficult to catch up with, but we'll see. The Rockets are playing pretty well this year. But the Nuggets, they can get to 24-15, get almost 10 games over 500, and that would do a lot for them over the course of the year in their standings as well. So we'll see. I think there's a lot of really good stuff to get to from the Denver Nuggets overall. How do y'all feel about how this game was? I mean, were you expecting that this game would be more of a quicker blowout? How did you feel about just even some of the play you had to get? Jokic had to give you a high-scoring 30-point triple-double again. But, y'all, the Nuggets are winning. They're continuing to solidify themselves at the 4 seed this year. I think they can get up to the 3 seed here pretty soon. And from there, it's just about taking care of business for the rest of the year, seeing you can get up to the 2 seed. Swipa Gang, make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Y'all know what time it is, Swipa Gang. Y'all my folks. See y'all on the other side. We out.